Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Shafiq Bin Shafie, and I will be presenting on the individual report for the program Community Engagement with Older People 6.0, and I will investigating on the effect of body mass index on gait speed among older people. Alright, for the introduction to CEOP 6.0, so CEOP 6.0 stand for Community Engagement with Older People 6.0, which is a program that are organized by Semester 6 student of Bachelor Physiotherapy Program of Faculty of Health Science, UiTM Selangor branch, in collaboration with the Center for Physiotherapy Studies as part of a Community Service Responsibility CSR initiative. So, this initiative is aligned with the Service Learn Malaysia University for Society, SULAM, which integrate academic learning with direct community service. So, for the details for the program, this program theme is Active Aging, Empowering the Elderly to Tackle Sarcopenia, which is date on 3 sessions, which is first, 29 April, second, 27 May, and 24 June 2025. So, this program is venue at the High Performance Gym FSK 234. For the participant for this program, there is 137 participants that took part in this program, which comprise of 71 older adults, 62 physiotherapy students, and 5 lecturers. Alright, for the objective of CEOP 6.0, first, our primary aim is to produce us to be a well-rounded physiotherapy graduates, not just in theory, but in practice. Second, we aim to strengthen knowledge sharing within university by embedding community-based project. This service learning initiative allow us to learn through doing while giving back to the community. Third, this program provides students with a hands-on platform to apply their knowledge of gerontology directly in community setting. This real-life experience enhances both empathy and clinical confidence. Fourth, our goal is to give older adults early exposure to healthcare awareness, promoting a healthy lifestyle and better quality of through education and basic screening activities. Finally, we strongly believe in encouraging active student involvement in community service and in fostering collaboration with external partners, both local and international, through service learning effort that cross border and cultures. For the objective, so in our community physiotherapy program, we carried out a series of health and wellness activities focused on older adults. Participants went through health screening including blood pressure, blood glucose, and BMI check, followed by sarcopenia assessments such as hand grip strength, waist, and subcalf circumference, skeletal muscle index, and many more. We also screen for intrinsic capacity using the MOCA and MNA test to assess cognitive function and nutritional status. Fall risk was evaluated throughout the 5 times sit to stand, step test, 4-meter walk test, and many more. In addition, we also held talks on sarcopenia, healthy eating tips, and fall prevention. To promote physical and mental fitness, we include group sessions for aerobic exercise, resistance training, cognitive game like pack solitaire, and balance training using obstacle course. These activities not only raise awareness, but also encourage a healthier lifestyle among the elderly participants. So let's talk about the demographic data. For the age distribution, we had a total of 68 older adults. Their age ranged from 55 to 79 years old. Most of them were between 60 and 64 years old, which made up to 46% of participants. The average age was about 64 years old. For gender distribution, about 2/3 were female and 1/3 were male. This showed that more women were involved in this health-related program. For BMI classification, most participants fell into the overweight and obese categories. Only a small numbers were underweight, while some maintained a normal BMI. This highlights the needs for health awareness and lifestyle change among older adults. For the blood pressure classification, a large portion were classified under hypertension stage 1 and stage 2, while a smaller number had normal or elevated reading. This indicates that blood pressure management is an important concern in this group. We also measure blood glucose level of the other adult participants. Some data was missing, but from the result we have, only a few had normal level below 5.6 mol per liter. Many were in the pre-diabetic range, and some had high levels, which may suggest possible diabetics. This shows that blood sugar awareness and early screening are important to help prevent further future health. So BMI. So what is BMI? BMI is body mass index, which is a tool that used to estimate a person body fat based on weight and height. It gives a general idea of whether someone is underweight, normal weight, overweight, or obese. It doesn't measure fat directly, but helps identify possible health risks linked to weight. So for the formula of BMI, which is weight over the height of the patient. So how to use BMI? To check BMI, first measure the person weight in kilogram and height in meter without shoes. Then use the formula BMI, weight over height. After that, compare the result to the BMI chart to see if they are underweight, normal, overweight, or obese. This method is simple and help check if a person weight is healthy for their height. For the scoring, there is 6 scores. First, underweight, normal weight, overweight, class 1 obesity, class 2 obesity, and class 3 obesity. So what is the advantage of using BMI? First, it is easy, quick, and to calculate. It is inexpensive because no equipment is needed. It is a non-invasive tool. It is widely used for general population health monitoring and also useful for large-scale health studies. BMI. So for 4-meter walk test, 4-meter walk test is a quick test used to measure a person's gait speed, how fast they walk, over a distance of 4 meters. It commonly used to assess mobility, balance, functional ability, and risk of fall or frailty, especially in older adults. For the formula for gait speed, it is 4 meters over the time taken for the patient to do the test. The purpose for 4-meter walk test is to measure walking speed as an indicator of physical function. Next, it is to detect early sign of mobility decline or frailty. It is also to track progress in rehab or physiotherapy, and it is also known as 6 vital signs in older adults. For the scoring, if the patient is able to score above 1.0, if they have normal function or low fall risk. If they are unable to do below the 0.6, it means that they have high risk of fall, frailty, and poor function. The advantage for 4-meter walk test, it is quick and easy to perform. No equipment needed besides a stopwatch and measuring tape. Non-invasive. Reliability for detecting mobility problem early, and can be done in clinic, community, or home setting. So this is a few pictures or evidence during the program where we see the patient weight and height for the BMI and the participant doing the 4-meter walk test. So we move on to the correlation between BMI and 4-meter walk test. In my study, I'm investigating the relationship between body mass index and performance on the 4-meter walk test. The Pearson correlation coefficient was negative 0.064, indicating a very weak and negative correlation. This means that there is almost no linear relationship between BMI and 4-meter walk test performance. The p-value was 0.469, which is greater than 0.05, suggesting that this result is not statistically significant. In simpler terms, as BMI increase or decrease, there is no consistent change in walking speed or performance in the 4-meter walk test. This tells us that within our data, BMI does not appear to have a meaningful impact on short-distance walking ability among participants. So we moving on to discussion. So this study aimed to examine the relationship between body mass index and functional capacity as measured by the 4-meter walk test over 3 series of rehabilitation program. Our finding shows a very weak negative correlation between BMI and 4-meter walk test performance with a Pearson correlation coefficient of negative 0.064 and a p-value of 0.469. This indicates that the relationship is not statistically significant and that BMI did not have a meaningful impact on 4-meter walk test outcome in our sample. While we initially expected that a higher BMI might negatively affect functional performance due to increased weight body and potential cardiovascular strain, our result did not support this assumption. One possible explanation is the limitation of BMI as a measurement tool. As highlighted by Nuttall in 2015, BMI does not differentiate between body fats and lean muscle mass. This means that individuals with high muscle mass could register a high BMI but still have strong physical performance. Supporting this, Sequeira et al. In 2022 also note that BMI may not always accurately reflect functional ability due to difference in body composition. Additionally, a contrasting perspective is offered by Maturin Tabu-Tebeko and colleagues in 2020, who found that both high and low BMI were associated with reduced gait speed, possibly due to balance impairment and physical fatigue. This suggests that while BMI alone may not always show a clear linear relationship with working performance, extreme in body weight could still pose functional challenges. Another important factor in our finding is that the small sample size, which may limit strength and generally of the result. A larger sample may provide more reliable data and reveal patterns that are not detectable in smaller groups. Therefore, for future research, we recommend involving a large population and using more accurate indicators of body composition such as fat percentage and muscle mass to better understand how body structure truly impact functional outcome like gait speed or walking capacity. So, moving on to exercise recommendation, particularly for improving functional capacity and managing BMI in general adult or rehabilitation population. So first we have aerobic exercise. So we put this in the FITT format. For the frequency, first 2 to 5 times a week. For the intensity, moderate, 50 to 70% of max heart rate, or use the RPE 11 to 13, which is light to somewhat hard. For the type of exercise that we can do for aerobic is walking, cycling, swimming, elliptical, or treadmill walking. For the time, we do it for 50 to 70 minutes per day. Next, we have strength exercise. For the frequency, we do it for 2 to 3 non-consecutive days per week. And for the intensity, light to moderate intensity, or 40 to 60% of 1 RM for beginners. For the type of exercise that you can do is bodyweight exercise, resistance band exercise, dumbbells, or using machine. For the time, we do it for 1 to 3 sets of 8 to 15 repetitions per muscle group. So, what I learned from CEOP 6.0, so during this community program, I had the opportunity to grow both personally and professionally. I improved my communication skill with other adults, learning to be more patient, empathetic, and respectful in every conversation. I also gained valuable experience in planning and running health-related activities, which gave me insight into the importance of proper organization and teamwork. One of the key things that I learned was how to adapt exercise and instruction based on each individual ability level, something crucial when working with the elderly. This made me realize just how important physiotherapy is in promoting health aging and preventing falls. I also learned how to work effectively as part of the team during our community service session, and I saw how meaningful it is to engage with and support the elderly in staying active and healthy. Overall, this program helped me build confidence in interacting with different people in real-life situations and deepen my understanding of my role as functional physiotherapist. What I learned from while the program was a success overall, there are a few areas where I believe improvement can be made for future sessions. First, better time management is essential to ensure the program runs smoothly and doesn't overrun. Second, I suggest including more interactive activities to keep participants engaged and active throughout the session. This will help maintain their attention and make the experience more enjoyable. Third, allowing more time for one-on-one interaction would be beneficial. This gives us a chance to better understand individual needs and provide more personalized support. Lastly, using visual aids or large print material can make the information easier to understand, especially for elder adults who may have vision difficulties. This small adjustment can greatly enhance the overall experience and accessibility of the program. In conclusion, this community engagement program with older adults has been a great success. It provides a meaningful platform to promote health awareness, encourage social connection, and support physical activity among the elderly. Throughout our interaction session, health screening, and simple yet engaging activities, we were able to educate, support, and empower the participants to take better care of their well-being. We are especially encouraged by the positive response received from the participants. It clearly shows that ongoing engagement is important, and it highlights the valuable role of physiotherapy in moving their quality of life. This program didn't just benefit the community, it also gave us as students a chance to grow. We improved our communication skill, learn how to work better as a team, gain hands-on experience providing care to other adults. So, that's all from me. Before and I would like you to like, subscribe,